What is up everyone, welcome to the very first video on the channel. My name is Rat King and we are starting things off with a Pokemon Nuzlocke. Now quite new to the Nuzlocke journey, but starting with Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I've played a kind of a Nuzlocke before, did a Soul Lock with some friends previously. Nice and fun of course, but for the rules there, please just pause and have a read over that if you wish to. Just the general breakdown of it is if your Pokemon dies, it dies, that is it. And as well, any Pokemon you catch in a new route is a nickname as well, just to get that emotional attachment. But yeah, as I say, very first solo Nuzlocke for this one here. It was an absolute fun journey. Had the chat doing nothing but help me, of course, and cringe at every sort of mistake that I made, which was amazing to start with. But we'll get started. Starting things off, we spoke with Professor Oak introducing us to this world, naming ourselves Rat King, and starting off in our bedroom. Now with this here, we were sort of waiting at the moment for another crew member, NDFS Ronin, as he was streaming, and was super nice enough to actually do a raid for myself, bringing his viewers over. Now once he brought the viewers over, I had some technical difficulties of no audio, which was great. Oh, are we up? I heard a noise. Yes! Alrighty. I have no fucking audio in my ears of the game. This is... I only provide the most quality stream, guys. 10 minutes in, and it was already time for myself to give some controversial details. Lugia over Ho-Oh. Absolutely. Ho-Oh is literally just a fucking Wish.com Fearow. Change my mind. It is. That's me. It's just a fucking Fearow with more feathers. Gave the chat the opportunity to decide on how we're going to pick our starter, to which they said do a spin the wheel. So looking over this, we entered in the 3 starters of the region and went off for our first spin, deciding to land on the absolute GOAT, Cyndaquil. Now, in saying that as well, I've also given chat permission to name all of my Pokemons, so cycling through them, we made sure there was no shinies at all. Moving on, we managed to acquire our Cyndaquil, to which they landed on the name Zuko. Once named, we spoke to Elm, spoke to a scientist, spoke to Ethan, spoke to Mum, spoke to Elm, and moved on to the grass patch area. I was nervous, getting ready for preparation of my first encounter, to which chat reminded me that I have got no Pokeballs, so it was time to actually get some quick levels in, which was a great chance to get some things out of the way. After getting some level training in, it was time to go against our rival, and starting off we spammed the smoke screen just to get that accuracy level down, and once it was to the max we decided to spam tackle, time to move on from there. After running to the police about who we encountered, we told them that it was NDFS Ronin and moved on from there. After speaking with Ethan, did our quick Pokeball tutorial with Ethan, allowing us to begin with our very first encounter. With our first encounter, we started off with a tackle of course, and then managed to hit another tackle, causing it to faint.
Wait, hang on, have you got Pokeballs yet?
Yeah.
Oh
no!
Oh my god. You know what, chat, it's his first time. It's his first time. We'll let him have this one.
I question how intelligent I am. I really do. Moving on from there, with the chat kindly giving me another chance, we encountered our first encounter, a Rattata. Now, starting off with Rattata, we decided to throw 1 Pokeball, 2 Pokeballs, 3 Pokeballs, 4 Pokeballs, still nothing. Now, I know exactly what you guys are thinking. Why haven't you damaged it? To tell you the least, I spammed Leah. I will kill it at this point. Now, it was down to this. We had 1 last Pokeball. It all came down to this for our first encounter. And it fucking missed. With that out of the way, we hit a tackle and one-shot the fucker and had to buy 17 Pokeballs. Moving on to our next encounter being a Hoot Hoot. Learning from our last mistake, we started with a tackle and did some quick damage and managed to get our first Pokemon of the run so far, or second one. Allowing the chat to nickname it, they settled on the name Hooters, an absolute appropriate name, and moved on to get some quick levels in. Now, whilst doing this, the chat reminded me that there was also another encounter that we can get up north, so after travelling up there, we went up to 46 and managed to get ourselves an encounter with a Geodude. We weren't doing too much damage, so we swapped across to Zuko, our powerhouse, hit a tackle, threw a Pokeball, We managed to capture Geodude successfully. Chat landed on the name Emma Stone and moved on to Route 31 for another encounter. It was time for a rematch. Did I really learn from my mistakes? We started off with a tackle and caught it.
Yes! Yes!
Chat decided on the nickname Rita from Flushed Away, moved on to the Dark Cave. Running around we found Zubat, the absolute cave spammer, tossed out our Emma Stone, hit a tackle and threw the Pokeball, managing to capture it. Now Chat decided to name it something appropriate, which was great. Running south of Violet City we went for our next encounter and managed to find Wooper. Now if you know me, I fucking love Wooper so much with a passion. Wooper is a fucking Giga Chad, my dude. Oh, the absolute goat. Now, we started off with a quick tackle, Wooper did a mud sport, moved on to a tackle, and it was time to go for the capture, to which we got it on our first try. It was fate. We named him Axel, took Chat on a very quick detour looking at axolotls online, and then moved on to the ruins of Elfaf for our second last encounter of the start. Now, finding a unknown, which I believe is the only mons you can find in the ruins. You have to correct me on that one in the chat. Named it I, and moved on to our last encounter. Now, running through the Bellsprout Tower, after fighting off old men wanting my number, it was time to go for our final encounter of this part, which we found a little ghost. Threw a Pokeball and managed to capture it on the second Pokeball there. Letting Chat name it as per usual, then went with the name Casper, which was, I think, a very fitting nickname for Ghastly. After a quick save and a heal, of course, it was time to face up and go against Falconer, the first gym leader of the Flying Gym in Violet City. I was nervous. I felt prepared, but in saying that, I was also terrified at the fact that this is my first solo Nuzlocke, and I wanted to make a good impression on Chat. Oh boy, did I fail that already. We had a strategy starting off with Hypnosis to put the Pidgey to sleep, and then spam Peck to get that damage down. Took only around about 2 Pecks there with a critical hit, and then forgetting that he has a Pidgeotto level 13. With doing absolutely no damage and the Pidgeotto just starting to spam Roost, it was time to put it back to sleep after its tackle and swap over to our powerhouse Zuko at level 13 as well. Starting off with Pidgeotto still asleep, we used an Ember, and then again another Ember, to which it woke up and used Ghast on us, but it was time to finish things off. With the absolute success of this gym battle here and defeating Falconer easily, we managed to acquire ourselves the Zephyr badge. Fantastic. Ending things off after the first gym with Zuko, Hooters, Rita, Emma Stone, China, and Axel, the goat. Now, of course, with the first gym battle out of the way being the easiest on this journey, it was time to move on and go against the absolute terror who was Missy. Playing with this originally, I remember how difficult Missy was, so there was nothing but fear, and the chat had no faith in me. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment with any feedback, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Take care. Peace.